Hello, my name is Eric Martel, and welcome back to another episode of Break Away from the Rat Race. Today, I want to introduce you to a very simple tool to help you reach your goal. I developed this tool because I'm getting a lot of questions and comments about our investment strategy and why we're investing in Memphis and Cleveland, why we're not investing in California. And this tool is going to help you align your strategy with your goals. At the very top of the of this triangle, we have our goals. So you decide what goals you have here, but an example, for example, would be to achieve a certain level of passive income with a certain cash on cash return, and it's let's say a cash on cash return at least twice the inflation rate, for example. So that could be an example of a goal that one would have. And based on that, an investor would pick multiple strategies. If you work on one strategy, would be to buy rental property. That would be a very simple strategy. And notice that we haven't talked about markets yet. We just talked about one method of how we can achieve that goal. The next thing you want to look at is your resources. So how much capital can you deploy, can you invest to enable that strategy? So this is something that's very important, obviously. The second top resources that you want to look at is probably going to be time. How much time do you have to devote to implementing that strategy? And that will determine if you need to have a partner to help you and spend more time, or if you need to hire some virtual assistants to do some of the work. But that's going to help you kind of identify and flag some of these, some of what you need in order to enable that strategy. And another one that's another resource, an example of a resource would be skills, any special skills that you might have. For example, access to certain properties or certain knowledge of certain market. As an example, if you have a lot of experience in storage facility, for example, so this is something that you might want to focus on, or if you have a lot of information or access to a number of mobile home kind of park and stuff like that. So this is again an area that you can specialize in maybe. So these are the resources that you have. And then finally, the next thing that you want to look at is going to be the markets. So based on the resources that you have, it is going to impact kind of like which market you're going to go for. For example, if you have like $100,000 of capital that you want to deploy, it's going to make it it's going to be pretty difficult for you to invest in multifamily, let's say in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is one of the areas that we are in. Even in single family rental, it's going to be very difficult for you to find cash flowing single family properties in the Bay Area if you have only $100,000 to invest. So that means that you're probably going to have to look for a different market. It could still be in California, but it will have to be a different market. Also in terms of time, so if you don't have too much time to devote to this, you may want to look at things that are more like a turnkey rental property, where you just simply invest in a turnkey rental property, and that way you don't have to spend too much time. There's a property management in place, so you basically invest, fix the mortgage, and then you basically have passive income coming in. So these are the two main resources that we discussed earlier. If you have a lot more time to devote, then maybe you want to buy distressed property, rehab them, find a contractor, and then manage that contract through, and then rent it out, and then find a property management and get it done that way. So that is, if you have more time, you can also partner up with somebody else. But this is kind of how you identify your markets, and then your markets and your resources have to be consistent and support your strategy. So there has to be a balance between these three components in order for your strategy to be effective and help you reach your goal. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help you and walk you through this tool. If you have any specific questions about your personal strategies on how to achieve your goal, I would love to help you and discuss how this tool can help you. Hope you have a good day and talk to you later. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Break Away from the Rat Race with your host, Eric Martel. If you want to share your story and experience with our listeners, please message us on Facebook at Break Away from the Rat Race. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast on iTunes.